Good afternoon. This is a special coverage of the coronavirus crisis using the combined forces of News 5 and Signal TV's 1 News, Radyo 5 and 1PH. COVID-19 cases in the country is nearing the 9,000 mark, as seen in the latest tally of the Health Department. We now have 8,772 COVID-19 cases, with 284 new cases recorded in the past 24 hours. The good news is the DOH has registered 41 new recoveries, bringing in a total of 1,084 patients who have recovered from the illness. Unfortunately, COVID-19 took 11 more lives, putting the death toll now at 579. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeres says that 46% of the new confirmed cases were recorded in Metro Manila, while 41% of the cases were from Barangay Calunasan in Cebu City. The number of COVID-19 patients among health workers increased to almost 1,700. No fatalities, however, were recorded for those in the medical field. 256 healthcare workers have also recovered from the SARS-like disease. Labor group Kilusang Mayo Uno took their May 1 protest online, insisting that the Duterte administration has left the country more vulnerable not only to COVID-19, but also to further labor issues. The online protest was done through the video conference app Zoom. Protesters can be seen holding placards, calling the need for mass testing and the shift to a medical and health-based approach in dealing with the COVID-19 crisis. In a speech before online protesters, KMU Secretary General Jerome Adonis warned that a prolonged lockdown may result to retrenchment in some sectors as employers strive to cut expenses. Adonis also condemned what he called militarization of government's COVID-19 response.
Maharap po tayo sa pangmatagalang epekto ng pandemic na ito. At hindi handa ang gobyerno ni Duterte dyan. So therefore, ang iniisip po namin, lalo pa itong magre-resulta ng mga violations sa collective bargaining agreement na agreed before the COVID-19 pandemic. Magre-resulta ito ng malawakang tanggalan sa hinaharap.
Bayan Muna Representative Carlos Zarate was also present in the Zoom protest. Zarate condemned the government's lack of foresight in implementing the lockdown, which he said has impacted the working class and poor communities the most. Apart from messages from other labor leaders, the group also conducted a 30-second noise barrage and burned an effigy of the president, similar to past traditions in Menjola. A day after the Social Welfare Department approved the extension of the Social Amelioration Program in select areas, some families are still confused as to who are really eligible for cash aid. The DSWD says those who feel they should receive financial assistance but are not qualified may file an appeal. Manos Baños with a story.
Live-in couple Teodoro Riocales and Emeline Dumamag had to explain before the office of Valenzuela City Mayor Rex Gatchalian. Both of them applied for the government's financial aid under the Social Amelioration Program and were approved. Hence, each of them were entitled to receive 8,000 pesos, a decision that did not sit well for their neighbors. According to the guidelines set by the Department of Social Welfare and Development, the 8,000 peso amelioration will be given per family and not per individual.
Bakit dalawang form binigay nyo? Hindi ho pwede yan na next time mag-uulitin. Mariresolve natin to kapag isa lang sa inyo ang tatanggap. Kasi kahit na ano pang paliwanag natin sa mga kapitbahay na may sarili kang pamilya, nakikita nila na sa isang bahay lang kayo eh.
Gatchalian says this is only among the many cases they encounter which slows down the distribution of the cash subsidy. The mayor faults the lack of list of beneficiaries from the DSWD, which could have been a big help. He adds, they sometimes had to painstakingly repeat the validation process because of erroneously filled out forms.
The form, aasahan mo na truthful yung ilagay sa form. Minsan hindi truthful. Pangalawa, mali-mali yung fill up ng form, so kailangan mo pa ayusin in the sense na hahanapin mo ulit yung tao, katulad nung nangyari kanina, at uusisain mo na mabuti ano ba talaga ang circumstance sa buhay.
News 5 went to one of the payment centers in Valenzuela where the validation and payout of the amelioration for the qualified residents are being done. The process is organized and social distancing is observed. Valenzuela has more than 200,000 households, but the DSWD only allocated SAP payout for 82,708 low-income families or those earning below the poverty threshold of around 10,700 pesos per month.
Yung mga kabilang dito ay yung mga pamilya na may mga directly hired or occasional workers kagaya ng mga laundry maid, yung mga subcontracted workers, home workers, house helpers, PUV drivers, TODA, pedicab drivers, mga family enterprise owners, gayon din yung sub-minimum wage earners, and other family members na kabilang doon sa informal sector.
The DSWD also made it clear as to who are disqualified for the cash aid. This includes elected and appointed government officials, employees of the private and formal sector, families with retired members who are receiving monthly pension, and families with independent financial capacity to provide for their basic needs. But the DSWD clarifies an appeal can be filed for consideration.
Maaari silang magsumite ng kanilang apela at sabihin na sila rin naman ay karapat-dapat na mapabilang sa programa dahil sila ay low income, kabilang sa informal sector, o meron silang ring pamilya, miyembro ng pamilya na kabilang sa vulnerable sector.
For News 5, Mean Los Baños, we are One News.
Multiple lockdowns due to COVID-19 have cost the livelihood of some of our daily workers. And with most of us forced to stay at home, some displaced workers in Antipolo and Navotas have taken on the job of delivering goods just to have a means of income amid the quarantine period. JC Cosico has more on these Labor Day heroes.
44-year-old Albert Adarayan has been a tricycle driver for 4 years now. But with the enhanced community quarantine imposed and public transportation banned, his family's only source of income was suddenly gone.
Napakahirap po kasi yung pong binibigay ng ayuda ng LGU hindi naman sasapat Kaya po minsan nag-uulam lang kami ng asin.
But there is hope now for Albert after he was tapped to serve as a dispatcher for Antipolo City's online palengke program. Residents can order by visiting the Facebook page Antipolo Palengke, which contains the list of prices of the items being sold. A chat support team will get the customer's order, contact number, address, and copy of their valid ID. Once confirmed, items will be delivered straight to their homes the next day. Payment is made through cash on delivery, with no service fee. Residents say the initiative is a big help to them.
Nakakatakot na kasi talaga. Nakakatakot na lumabas. Kaya sobrang convenient talaga yung naisip ng Antipolo.
Very convenient kasi actually kala ko hindi makakater yung order ko kasi parang minutes before 12 yung may cut-off kasi. So 9 a.m. to 12 noon. So nakuha ko siya na-replyan ako naman, mabilis din naman.
Apart from lessening residents' need to go to the market, Antipolo's Palengke also aims to provide temporary livelihood to those who lost their jobs during the ECQ.
Goal natin ng ating Palengke ay yung kahit paano makapagbigay ng trabaho doon sa ating mga kasamahan na nawalan ng kita, lalo na yung mga arawan. So kasama dito yung mga RTW na manininda po natin, at saka yung mga tricycle drivers na tigil pasada sa panahon ngayon.
Store vendors of closed non-essential establishments were also tapped to help in the operations of Palengke.
Nakalaking tulong po sa amin to na binigyan kami ng trabaho ni Ma'am. Hindi po namin alam kung kailan po matatapos itong natin. Kaya sacrifice lang po. Opo.
With the lockdown extended, the Antipolo LGU plans to add more manpower to help in the operations of their Palengke. The local government also plans to launch an online pharmacy or botica. Over in Navotas City, the Philippine Fisheries Development Authority, who manages the Navotas Fish Port Complex, hired 25 tricycle and pedicab drivers as delivery riders. The agency launched a delivery service under their Isda on the Go project. Under the initiative, customers may order products from the Navotas Fish Port by dialing the hotline 1525. If all goes well, the agency says it may continue the project even after the ECQ period to accommodate those out of jobs.
We will adapt the new normal. So part of the possibility is that online sales and delivery on a door-to-door basis na. Lahat ng ating mga kasamang nandyan na may mga motorsiklo, mga kalalakihan at healthy ay tinap na natin na sila na yung mag-deliver ng ating mga products sa Isda on the Go all over Metro Manila.
It's still unclear when exactly the pandemic will end, but at least for now, these folks have been given a job to answer their immediate needs. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
More stories coming after a quick break. This is our special coverage on the COVID-19 pandemic. Stay with us. Welcome back. You are still watching the special coverage of the coronavirus crisis using the combined forces of News 5 and Signal TV's One News, Radio 5 and 1PH. 10 volunteers and beneficiaries of a feeding program in Marikina were arrested for allegations of illegal assembly. The groups Bayanihang Mariqueño at Mariqueña and Gabriela were conducting their program while a placard that reads "Free Mass Testing" is displayed. Police claim the placard constitutes an illegal assembly. Marikina Mayor Marcelino Chodoro came to the defense of those who were arrested. He believes that police authorities have overreacted and that the alleged offenders did not commit any crime. He says he will personally shoulder their bail.
Hindi dapat inaresto dahil wala namang ginagawang masama yung mga kababayan natin. Nagre-relief operation na sila, may social distancing naman na ginagawa. Maring merong ilang placard silang dala, pero May 1 ngayon bahagi ito ng pag-exercise nila ng constitutional rights nila, freedom of expression.
Operatives from the NBI and the Bureau of Customs raided a warehouse in Manila and discovered 40 million pesos worth of smuggled Chinese medicines marketed as cure for COVID-19. Authorities say the medicine, Yan Hua King Wen, is now highly in demand in the country for supposedly helping COVID-19 patients to recover. However, they warn that it could instead endanger their health as there's still no confirmation that the medicine can cure COVID-19. They reiterated that health experts have yet to develop any medicine or vaccine against the SARS-like disease. The NBI and Customs have already shut down the warehouse while its supervisor is now in custody. Social experts are worried that cases of domestic abuse will continue to surge as a global lockdown continues. They urge local authorities to assure that their residents feel safe in their homes. Marian Enriquez tells us more.
In this cell phone video, a man is caught beating his partner with his own hands. A few moments later, he was hitting the child with a rod. The man seen in the video is a contractual employee in MMDA. Andrea, not her real name, says she is the woman seen in the viral video. She narrates her partner went home drunk that night and got furious when he couldn't find the cover of their aquarium.
Sabi ko, pwede naman sigurong pagpabukas na lang yung paghahanap na yan. Then after po nun, sabi ko sa kanya, tanungin mo yung panganay kong anak, yung bata, tanungin mo baka alam niya. Ngayon, ganun din yung sagot, parang hindi niya nagustuhan yung naging sagot namin. Kaya, parang parang ang tingin ko sa kanya, naging irritable siya dun sa sagot namin. Kaya yun, dun nagsimula yung pananakit niya sa akin.
Andrea says she has been experiencing physical violence from her partner for 5 years now. But since the enforcement of the enhanced community quarantine, the abuse happened more often. That she said she can endure the pain. But when her partner started to hurt her 10-year-old son, she knew she had to end it. They tried calling for help in their neighborhood, but was ignored. saying their situation is a family matter. Andrea then called her mom to show the video to the barangay officials. It's when authorities rushed to their house and took her partner to the police station. Andrea's partner got terminated from his job in MMDA and is now facing charges for violating Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act. His replacement was none other than Andrea herself.
We do not condone yung pananakit ng tao. Kung sa pamilya niya, pwede niya gawin, how much more sa ibang tao. Yun ang iniiwasan natin na magkaroon pa ng second event na gagawin niya.
Experts fear that domestic abuse cases like this will increase during the COVID-19 pandemic. A new data released by the UN Population Fund indicated that domestic abuse cases will see a 20% increase during global lockdown amid the pandemic. It says for every 3 months the lockdown continues, an additional 15 million extra cases of gender-based violence are expected. Sociologist Michael Tan says the pandemic is not just a medical issue, but also a social problem as well. He urged local authorities to consider random home visits to assure that no domestic abuse is happening in their households.
Yung message kasi natin, mas safe kayo sa bahay. Ang bahay ay kanlungan, hindi kulungan. Ang nangyari ngayon, kulungan ang bahay. So kanlungan, it's good to be able to go home for safety, pero dapat payagan din na makakalabas. No? Kasi yung umiinit ang ulo talaga pag nasa loob ka. No?
For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News. In this cell phone video,
2 aquariums in Japan took to the internet their special shows featuring dolphins, penguins, and other sea animals. Their mission, to keep kids and families company while locked in at homes. The Yokohama Hakejima Sea Paradise features bottlenose dolphins and beluga whales doing acrobatic performances in front of the media for preview. While at the Maxwell Aqua Park, Shinagawa in Tokyo, penguins grace the stage with projection map cherry blossoms. These parks plan to show the acts on social media and their websites so that people who are unable to go out can enjoy them at home. A nationwide state of emergency is currently in place and will last through May 6. Japan has more than 14,000 confirmed cases and 436 deaths. And that's the latest on the enhanced and expanded community quarantine. For more updates, follow News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. I'm Jess De Los Santos. We are One News.